All right, San Antonio Spurs lose to the Utah Jazz 127 to 114. And yeah, man, we got what we deserved. We made our bed all game long. At the end of the game, we laid in our bed. We just made a losing loser's bed, and we just laid down on our loser's bed and went to sleep with the loss at the end of the game. First things first, let's just give the Utah Jazz all the credit. They have a great young team. I love Keontae George. There's no team in the NBA that doesn't want to have Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen is an awesome player. Yusuf Nurkic was really nice. Walter Clayton Jr. I'll never have if a team beats the Spurs, I'm going to give that team credit. First things first, I'm going to say this team did their thing and we took the loss. And I'll just give Utah all the credit they deserve. They played great and we lost the game. Here's our lead chart for the game. If y'all remember, this little box here is the first quarter, the second box is the second quarter, so on and so forth. The purple is Utah, of course, and the black is the Spurs. So if y'all remember to start the game off, Utah, here's a 5 point lead, 10 point lead. Utah got up on us. I think they got up like 6 or 7 early in the game. Mitch Johnson was like, I'm not cool with this. He calls a timeout. We regroup the troops and then we come out and I don't think blow it open was the word, but we got the lead up to about 12 points. Going the second quarter, we're still up 10 points at that point. And then if y'all see, I do like the Utah purple. It's a nice purple, but they just absolutely smacked us. They got up 17 points at this point in the third quarter. And then there was a point in the game where I was just hoping they would miss a three. It's easy to say Utah just made all their shots tonight. It was just not our night. Sometimes teams get hot from three, teams get hot just all over. They're professional basketball players. They can make shots, of course. And Utah did get hot. Like I said, there was a point in the game. I was just kind of praying they miss a three. And they were just getting open look after open look after open look. And I'm over there thinking, man, please let them miss a three. And it's just a loser's mentality, to be honest. If you're wishing that the other team misses shots, you're probably gonna lose the game. Instead of me as a Spurs fan wishing they miss shots, I need to wish that our players play better defense and we communicate on these screens because we had really poor communication. Utah was doing a bunch of actions off ball. You'd probably go through at least like 3 to 5 different screen actions on every play, maybe even more. They were making us communicate off ball to make switches. One guy comes off the screen, he gets the ball, he goes off another screen. You have to communicate if you're going to switch the first screen off ball. They get the ball on the handoff, they hit another screen, and we were just not communicating off the ball as far as our defensive rotations. When you watch OKC, we beat them 3 times. OKC still probably the best team in the NBA. I'll still give that to them, even with us beating them. But OKC, their defensive rotations are so crisp, and they're just all on the same page defensively, and we're just not quite there yet. Again, if y'all watch the game, let me know if you saw it as well. But our rotations were just really bad. We miscommunicated on so many screens, on ball, off ball, and they're just getting just walk-in three-pointers, just so many open three-pointers, mostly off of us just not communicating on defense and giving them wide open threes. So again, like I said, it got to the point where I was just hoping they're just getting open three after open three. I'm like, please miss, please give us a break. But again, that's a loser's mentality, just to hope the other team misses threes. You need to actually go out and defend them and make them miss those shots. Moving on, Utah's biggest lead was 17. Our biggest lead was 11. And our biggest lead, it was right here. It was right here in the first quarter. So we're a better team than Utah. We are the more talented team, of course. We just got out executed. It reminded me of the Washington game before we played OKC. If y'all remember, we came out really lackluster. We played pretty much like crap against Washington, and we won the Washington game just because our team was more talented, not because we out executed the Wizards. And in this game, our team was more talented, but Utah out executed us by a lot. And again, just give the Jazz credit. They played a great game. They have 127, we have 114, so we lost by 13 points. We had 9 more rebounds. We beat them on the rebounds. They had 34 assists to our 30, so they beat us on assists. They had 3 more steals, 9-6. We won the block battle. We're normally going to win the block battle, especially with Wemby being healthy again. This is the thing though, they had 15 turnovers, we had 11, so they turned the ball over more than us, but as we get down, again, we just did a horrible job playing defense. They shot 54% from the field. We shot 43% from the field. One thing you can say, I felt like we got into a little bit of hero ball around the third quarter, around the fourth quarter. Stephon Castle shot some threes that I felt like would have been awesome if they went in, but it wasn't necessarily the best offensive possession. There were some times when Wemby was trying to kind of take over the game and kind of get into some hero ball, and we got outside of executing our offense, and we were just kind of playing, you know, the best hero ball we could, and we missed De'Aaron Fox really, really bad because we would have won this game with De'Aaron Fox. Not so much because De'Aaron Fox is going to come out and score 30 plus points. He might have done that, but even if he had 10 points, he would have orchestrated the offense down the stretch and got people in the right place at the right time, and just made our offense look way better than it did tonight. We really see everything De'Aaron Fox does when we don't have him on the court. You really notice how bad we miss him. They shot 46% from three. We shot 22%. We weren't getting horrible looks from three. I felt like some of our looks were a bit questionable, but going into the second half, we were getting a lot of good looks from three. Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagnie have been ice cold probably the past 5 games or so. Devin Vassell hit a cold patch. I mean, Stephon Castle is not a great three-point shooter. He made a couple, but I felt like he was settling for three balls too much as well. And, you know, it was kind of the perfect storm. I mean, like I said, Utah was on fire. They shot 46% from three, which is just insane. Us shooting 22% from three is insane. That probably won't happen again for the rest of the season. At least I hope. I hope this was our worst shooting performance of the whole season, but you know, they're making all their shots. Again, all credit to Utah. We're not playing defense. They're shooting open threes and they're making them, and we were getting decent looks. Utah's not a great defensive team. We're getting decent looks, and we're just missing everything. They're making everything, and again, just give Utah credit. They've got us. We're 86% from the line. They're 77% from the line. So we shot better from the free throw stripe. We win points in the paint. We have 58. They have 48 points in the paint. We win the second chance points, 15-10. Fast break points, Utah has 15. We have 9. That's another good point. I heard Sean Elliott mention we're jacking up all these threes and we're missing threes. Every time we miss a three, it's a long rebound. Utah gets the rebound. They're pushing up in the fast break. They finish with the 15 fast break points again, but a lot of those were off of us missing a three, and they get the rebound and they're running out and they get themselves a wide open three or a wide open layup on the other end of the court. There were some times, there were a couple of times tonight we made the shot, and off of a made shot, they still went down the other way and got a bucket, and that's just really inexcusable. You can't make a shot and then not get back on defense, and we just played like butt cheeks, honestly. Again, if you watch the Wizards game, let me know if you remember the Wizards game before the 3 games against the Thunder. We played pretty much just like this in the Wizards game. Excuse me. We played pretty much just like this in the Wizards game, but we just managed to make enough plays down the stretch to win the game. Where in this game, you know, our poor play came back to bite us. Our talent wasn't enough to make up for our lack of execution. But Keontae George had an awesome game. He has the 28 points. He's 7 for 18. And the 6 assists on us. I like Keontae George. He had an awesome game. Lauri Markkanen, I think I said earlier, every team on the NBA wants Lauri Markkanen unless you're a tanking team. But he puts up 29 points on 69% shooting from the field. He's 5 for 6 from 3. So he went off on us for 29. Yusuf Nurkic was great for them out there. Even he knocked down 2 threes. Walter Clayton, he came out of Florida. I liked Walter Clayton a lot out there as well. And Walter Clayton literally didn't miss one shot. He's 6 for 6 from the field. Filipowski, I think his name is Kyle Filipowski, is a good player as well. So Utah has a really good young core. They've been looking to trade Lauri Markkanen these past 2 seasons or so, but now Utah actually has a pretty decent team around him. So we'll see what happens with Lauri Markkanen, but again, just their young core played really well. We'll start with Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle, he's 8 for 19. Again, 7 of his misses came from the three-point arc. I don't really want Stephon Castle shooting 8 threes, to be honest. He makes one of his 8. He's not a good 3-point shooter. That's fair to say. I'm sure he worked on it all summer long. I'm sure he's still developing it, of course, but he needs to take 3-point shots in game so he can develop his three ball. So I understand that. But in this game, I felt like him taking 8 threes was just too many three balls for him to shoot. He does have the 7 assists. He has the 4 turnovers. So Stephon Castle, he's a sophomore player. He's still learning, how to best play basketball out there. Geez, he was minus 30. His plus minus was minus 30. So, man, that's just really, really bad. If you look at everyone else, no one else was even negative 10. I mean, minus 7 for Sohan and Lindy Waters, minus 8 for Vassell. So, Castle gets to 33 minutes and he's minus 30 out there. I guess you can kind of put this on Mitch Johnson as well. We should have let Dylan Harper maybe play some more minutes. I mean, looking at this, Dylan has 7 points and 12 assists, the 7 rebounds, only 2 turnovers. He does have the 3 steals. Even Dylan shoots 30% from the field. He only has 7 points, but, I feel like Dylan, well, he was 0 for 4 from 3 as well. They're still just developing their 3 ball, but Stephon Castle, he played pretty poorly. I mean, he's our best point of attack defender, and he didn't even do a great job, being a point of attack defender on Keontae George tonight. So just a rough game, man. I'll say about Stephon Castle's performance, I don't like him taking the 8 threes. Once you're already like 1 for 5, 1 for 6, I mean, just kind of pass the ball around. It was just an off night for Stephon Castle, dude. I know he's gonna get up some 3 balls, and we have to take the bad with the good. There's gonna be way more good than bad, but we just have to live with the turnovers and live with him missing 3 balls because he just has to develop those skills. But with that being said, I will say I feel like Stephon Castle settled for more 3 balls this game than he settled for in any game all season long. Devin Vassell, he's been cold. Maybe these past 4 games or so, he's always kind of hit or miss, but he has 11 points on 12 shots tonight. Just a really bad performance. To call it what it is. He has no turnovers, so that's good. The 3 assists, the 3 rebounds. He's 2 for 9 from 3. So Vassell, he's a very good defender as well. He does give us good perimeter defense, even when his shot is off. Where Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagnie, they don't give us too much defensively. They're not very great defenders. So these 2 guys, when their 3 ball is off, they're just not really providing very much out there for you at all, to be honest. And Champagnie and Barnes, they've been off like the past 4 or 5 games, and tonight wasn't any different. Champagnie's been just ice cold. He's 0 for 6 from 3. When he shot like his 4th, 5th, and 6th 3 this game, I've just lost confidence in Julian Champagnie right now. I'm not saying he can't get his 3 ball back together. I'm pretty sure he will, but him and Harrison Barnes have just been ice cold these past like 4 or 5 games. I feel like the percentages will even back out. Harrison Barnes was shooting like 50% from 3 to start out the season, so he's probably down to about 40% now. So I feel like Champagnie and Barnes, they're due to go on another hot streak, and I think they will go on another hot streak, but those guys are just streaky shooters, and it just kind of comes down to Mitch Johnson at that point. If Harrison Barnes and Julian Champagnie are off that night, maybe let Carter Bryant get some more minutes. He provides more than Barnes and Champagnie defensively, provides way more. Carter Bryant is very good defender. He will be an elite defender once his defensive IQ can catch up with all of his skills defensively. He just needs more minutes to kind of learn team tendencies and player tendencies, but Carter got about 14 minutes tonight. I love to see Carter Bryant on the court. He knocks down the 1 corner 3, so that was awesome to see. He has 2 rebounds, no turnovers. So that's cool to see Carter get his feet wet. It seems like Mitch Johnson's trying to get him more and more minutes as the season goes on, but I feel like Carter could have probably got more minutes. Maybe sit down Julian Champagnie, let Carter Bryant get like 20 minutes and cut Champagnie down to maybe 20 minutes this game, especially with how off Champagnie's 3 ball has been. Luke Kornet, he gets 20 minutes, 7 points, 8 rebounds. This was a tough matchup for Luke Kornet because He's not going to guard Lauri Markkanen out on the three-point line. Lauri Markkanen has a nasty ball handle. He plays like a 7 foot tall shooting guard, and Lauri Markkanen is an amazing player that Luke Cornett just can't guard out on the perimeter. Yusuf Nurkic, he knocked down 2 threes as well, so he was stretching the court out also. And they kind of neutralized Luke Cornett, to be honest. Luke Cornett is great as a drop coverage big man. He's great, like we saw against OKC, breaking up a bunch of lobs and just kind of clogging up the paint. But if you ask Luke Cornett to step out and try to guard 7 footers on the perimeter, that's not what he's about. I'm so disappointed. Keldon Johnson had an amazing game. We should have given Keldon a win in this game. Another thing too, in the fourth quarter, I just felt like we weren't getting Keldon the ball enough because he was absolutely on fire. He has the 27 points. He's 10 for 15, 5 for 7 from 3, just on fire. He has 10 rebounds as well, 0 turnovers. So Keldon's been amazing. He's just been so amazing in his new role. He's basically our sixth man off the bench at this point. Last season, I would complain about Keldon defensively a bit. I feel like he's not always locked in defensively, but he's been great defensively this season as well. He's so locked in. He can just about guard 1 through 4. There was a play in this game. It was either Yusuf Nurkic or Lauri Markkanen. They're trying to back down Keldon, and they're just running into a brick wall, and those guys are 7 feet tall. So Keldon just plays really physical defense. He's such a great scoring spark for us off the bench. And again, I'm really disappointed that his 27-point performance, pretty sure this is his best game all season long, and I wish he could have put that effort up in a winning performance because he wasn't disrupting the offense or anything. He was playing right in the flow of the offense. He puts up his 27 and just no one else could make a shot. And again, and just have to give Utah credit out there. Dylan Harper, in my opinion, he was pretty great. He shoots 30% from the field, but he's a rookie, so we'll kind of give him some leniency there. He does have the 12 assists, the 7 rebounds, 3 steals. Dylan he's a stud defensively as well. He's not as good as Castle as a point of attack defender, but he's 6'6". He's really strong. You can't really back down Dylan Harper easily. You can't bully him as like a small forward or a shooting guard player. Plays really good defensively. He gets in passing lanes really well. He had 5 steals, I want to say on Christmas, if not the game before that, against the Thunder. I love Dylan Harper. I think everyone in San Antonio loves Harper. It was, I think, the third quarter. Dylan Harper comes down and he throws down that nasty dunk on, I think it was Filipowski. He just dunks on his ass so nasty. It's with his offhand as well. Dylan dunks on him with his right hand. Probably like 2 or 3 minutes before that happened, I was thinking, man, our team's playing like ass. We need somebody to come out and just dunk on somebody. I need Stephon Castle or Wemby to come out and just dunk on someone's head to kind of light a fire under our ass and get our team going. So Harper dunks on Filipowski, just nasty, just the best play of Harper's whole career so far. I'm yelling at my TV. I'm like, let's go, dude. We're about to get back in the game. That kind of injected some energy into the group. I think we tied the game up at that point, and then Utah got up 10 points again or something like that. And then Wemby has his disgusting dunk in the fourth quarter, I want to say. Freaking cocks it back and just disgusting two-handed dunk. Might have been probably like a top 5 dunk of Wemby's career. That was disgusting, and I'm thinking, all right, now that's going to inject the energy into the boys. Now we're going to win the game. And we just get the 2 best dunks we've had probably all season long, and then we just kept missing threes and missing all of our shots. But Wemby was spectacular. First game back in the starting lineup, he drops 32 points on 57% shooting. He's 0 for 4 from 3 as well. It was just contagious. Like, we just couldn't make a 3. Again, I give Utah credit for playing good defense, but even on our wide open 3s, we still couldn't make those. Just a terrible shooting performance. Wemby has the 5 blocks. Didn't even notice. Wemby's ridiculous defensively, but he has the 5 blocks, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He does have the 3 turnovers. I always mention with Wemby, I don't think it happened too much this game, but usually if he catches the ball beyond the 3-point arc and he gets off the dribble and he tries to get inside the 3-point line using his dribble moves, usually nothing good happens. He usually beats that first defender. His ball handle has improved since last season, so he uses his improved ball handle to beat that first defender, and he usually beats them. Then he gets inside the 3-point line. He gets to like the free throw line area. That second line of defense comes by, and then Wemby maybe tries to cross over the second defender and he gets ripped, or he gets out of control and he gets a charging penalty, or maybe he tries to make a read and kick it out to the corner and he makes the wrong read and the pass gets intercepted. So, Wemby's still growing as a player as well. He's still learning how to get better after he beats that first line of defense and reading that second line of defense. But, I feel like we have so many ball handlers between Dylan Harper and Castle. We missed De'Aaron Fox this game. When Fox is there, we have him as well. I want Wemby, just get down at the free throw line area, put your hands up, and let them throw you an entry pass. Turn and face up that defender. He can pull up from the free throw line. He can give one dribble and be dunking at the rim. He can kind of read the court and kick out to his corner shooters. Let me know if y'all have noticed that as well, but I do notice when Wemby's trying to dribble beyond the three-point line and he dribbles inside the three-point line, usually nothing good happens. I don't mind him dribbling out beyond the arc if he's trying to cook like a 7-footer. I think it was against Yusuf Nurkic. He had one play a couple games back. I think it was Donovan Clingan actually on the Blazers, but Wemby hits him, he crosses him over beyond the three-point arc, steps back and shoots a three. If Wemby's using his ball handles against a 7-footer on the perimeter, he can usually shake him up and get a pretty good look from the three-point arc. But once he uses his dribble to get inside the three-point line and he has to read that second level of defense, that's usually when he tends to make some bad reads, at least I've noticed so far this season. But Wemby was amazing. I mean, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 5 blocks. He does have the 3 turnovers, but he's still learning how to better read the defense as far as that goes. But yeah, man, we shoot 22% from 3. We shoot 44% from the field. We have 11 turnovers, which isn't bad, but just give the Jazz some credit, man. They played awesome offense. Mitch Johnson's going to have a lot of tape to go over with the boys because the Jazz, they just played an entirely different style of offense than what the Thunder were playing, and we had to communicate more on defense than we did against OKC because the Jazz, they just run so many off-ball screens. You have to go through like 4, 5, 6 different screen actions every single play they have the ball. You have to communicate again 5, 6, 7 different times. Okay, screen, switch. And if you miscommunicate one time, it's a wide open 3. It's a wide open dunk at the rim. And Utah just did a great job executing their offense. I really like Utah as a young team. We just got to give them credit. And, it sucks to beat the Thunder 3 times in a row and then come out and lose to Utah, but it is what it is. We'll be back for the next one. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the Spurs' disappointing loss, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.